Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session on enterprises and enterprise architecture with a focus on TOGAF. Today, we will explore what makes an enterprise, how enterprise architecture aligns business and IT, and how TOGAF provides a structured approach to make it all happen. I am excited to share this with you. So, let's dive in. We will start with a quick agenda to set the stage. Before we dive in, if you feel the pace is a bit slow, you can speed up the video for a faster experience. Here is our roadmap for today. We will begin by defining what an enterprise is. Think of it as the big picture of an organization. Then we will dive into enterprise architecture, which is like the blueprint for aligning business and IT. After that, we will explore TOGAF, a popular framework that guides this process, and look at some real world examples. We will wrap up with key takeaways and a question and answer. Let us get started with what an enterprise is all about. An enterprise is a complex organized system. Think of it as a large dynamic machine designed to achieve a common goal, such as delivering products, services, or societal impact. It can take many forms, like a global retailer, example Walmart or Amazon, a government agency, example a national health service, or a non-profit, example Red Cross, or even a collaborative network of organizations working together. The key to an enterprise is its interconnected components: people, processes, technology, and resources, all working in harmony to create value. People, the employees, leaders, and stakeholders who drive the enterprise's mission. For example, in a retail business, this includes store staff, managers, and supply chain coordinators. Processes, the workflows and systems that structure how work gets done, like a retailer's supply chain logistics or a government's policy implementation procedures. Technology, the tools and systems such as an IT infrastructure or software that enable efficiency and scalability. For instance, a retailer's point of sale systems or inventory management software. Resources, the financial, physical, or intellectual assets that fuel the enterprise, like funding, facilities, or proprietary data. These components must align to ensure that the enterprise operates effectively. Misalignment, say outdated technology or inefficient processes, can hinder performance. This is where enterprise architecture comes in, acting as a blueprint to align these elements towards the shared goal. Enterprise architecture is a strategic discipline that aligns an organization's business goals with its process, data, and technology. It acts as a blueprint to design, manage, and optimize the complex systems within an enterprise, ensuring all components work together seamlessly. The objective of enterprise architecture is to enhance efficiency, streamlining operations, agility, enabling quick adaptation to change, and innovation, fostering new capabilities or technologies. Enterprise architecture is structured into four key layers, often visualized as a stacked hierarchy. Business layer defines the organization's goals, strategies, and processes. For example, a retailer's goal might be to expand e commerce with processes like order fulfillment. Data layer manages the information needed to support business activity, such as customer data or inventory records. Application layer encompasses the software and tools that processes data to support business processes like a CRM system or a supply chain software. Technology layer provides the foundational infrastructure such as servers, cloud platforms, or networks that support applications and data. These layers are interconnected, much like a house, where the design, business, materials, data, tools, applications, and foundation technology must align to create a functional structure. Enterprise architecture ensures this alignment, enabling the enterprise to operate efficiently, adapt to market changes, and innovate effectively. Enterprise architecture is critical because it ensures that an organization's IT systems and business strategies are aligned, creating a cohesive, efficient, and adaptable enterprise. Think of enterprise architecture as a GPS that guides the organization toward its goal, avoiding detours like inefficiencies or misaligned systems. Its key benefits include aligns IT with business strategy. Enterprise architecture ensures that technology investments directly support business objectives. For example, if a retailer aims to expand e-commerce, enterprise architecture aligns cloud infrastructure and applications to enable seamless online sales, reduces complexity and redundancy by streamlining processes and eliminating duplicate systems. Enterprise architecture simplifies operations. For instance, consolidating overlapping software reduces costs and maintenance effort, enhances interoperability and scalability. Enterprise architecture designs systems to work together and grow with organizations. This ensures that new tools or technologies can be integrated without disruption. Supports digital transformation. Enterprise architecture provides a framework for adopting emerging technologies like AI or cloud computing, enabling organizations to innovate and stay competitive. Let's discuss an example. A hospital struggling with fragmented patient records across departments uses enterprise architecture to integrate its systems. A unified architecture integrates systems across the business layer, patient care goals, data layer, centralized records, application layer, user friendly software, and technology layer in reliable infrastructure. By aligning the business layer, data layer, application layer, and technology layer, doctors gain instant access to patient data, leading to better care delivery. The outcomes of enterprise architecture: faster decisions, lower costs, and adaptability tie directly to the benefits. For instance, real time data access eliminates delays and helps with faster decision making. Removing redundant systems reduces IT expenses and lower the cost. Enterprise architecture's scalable framework supports new technologies like AI for diagnostics and enhances adaptability. TOGAF stands for the Open Group Architecture Framework, and it is one of the most popular tools for building enterprise architectures. It is developed by the Open Group, a global consortium, and it is used by organizations worldwide. Think of it as a playbook. It gives you a step-by-step way to align IT with business goals. As of today, September 2025, we are working with TOGAF 10. Let us break down its key components. TOGAF is like a toolbox for enterprise architecture, and it has five main tools. The big one is the architecture development method or ADM, which is like a recipe for building your architecture. Then you have got the content framework for creating diagrams and documents, the enterprise continuum for using assets and reference models for standard solutions. Finally, the capability framework helps you set up your EA team. The TOGAF Standard 10th edition provides a comprehensive tools for enterprise architecture, offering structured tools to align IT with business goals. Its five core components work together to design, manage, and implement effective architecture. The architecture development method, the heart of TOGAF, is a step by step process for developing and managing an enterprise architecture. It guides organizations through phases like defining business goals, design data and application systems, and implementing technology solutions. For example, a hospital might use the ADM to integrate patient record systems. The architecture content framework defines the deliverables and artifacts, example diagrams, models, and documents produced during the EA process. It ensures consistency in outputs like a retailer creating a diagram to map its e-commerce workflow. Enterprise Continuum, a repository for organizing reusable assets such as templates, patterns, and solutions to streamline EA development. It helps enterprises classify and reuse resources across projects, saving time and effort. Reference models include the technical reference model, which provides the standard taxonomy for technology infrastructure, and the integrated information infrastructure reference model, which focuses on applications integration. These offer pre built solutions for common IT challenges like cloud adoption. Architecture Capability Framework guides the setup and management of EA practice, defining roles, skills, and governance for the EA team. It ensures the organization has the capability to sustain its architecture effort. These components collectively enable enterprises to create a cohesive architecture that supports efficiency, agility, and innovation. Let us zoom in on ADM because it is the heart of TOGAF. The architecture development method is the core of TOGAF Standard 10th edition, providing a cyclical, iterative process for developing and managing enterprise architecture. It guides organizations through structured phases to align business goals with IT systems, ensuring efficiency, agility, and adaptability. The ADM is designed as a continuous loop, allowing enterprises to evolve their architecture over time. Its key phases and components are: preliminary phase establishes the enterprise architecture framework, principle, and governance. For example, a hospital defines its enterprise architecture, scope, and principles for patient data integration. Phase A, Architecture Vision, defines the scope and vision of architecture, aligning it with business goals. For instance, a retailer sets a vision to enhance e-commerce capability. Phase B, Business Architecture, develops the business strategy, processes, and goals. Example, streamlining supply chain operations. Phase C, Information System Architecture, covers data architecture, example, unified customer database, and application architecture, example, CRM software. Phase D, Technology Architecture, designs the IT infrastructure like cloud platforms or secure network. Phase E, identifies opportunities and solutions to implement the architecture, example, adopting cloud based tools. Phase F, creates a migration plan to transition from current to target architecture, prioritizing projects and resources. Phase G oversees implementation, ensuring compliance with the architecture. Phase H manages changes to the architecture, adapting to new business needs or technologies. Requirements management is a continuous process running through all phases, ensuring stakeholder needs are captured and addressed. For example, stakeholder feedback might refine a hospital's patient portal requirements through the ADM cycle. This cyclic approach ensures the architecture remains dynamic, adapting to evolving business and technology landscape. Just to sum it up, the ADM in TOGAF is a step-by-step process, and this diagram shows how it works. Its cycle starting with the preliminary phase where you set up your framework, then phase A defines the vision. What are we trying to achieve? Phase B through D build the architecture for business, data, applications, and technology. Phase E and F are about planning solutions, and G and H handle governance and updates. Requirements management runs through every phase to keep stakeholders happy. It is like a continuous loop to keep your architecture evolving. Let us see how this applies in the real world. The TOGAF standard provides a structured framework for applying enterprise architecture to real world challenges, enabling organizations to align IT with business goals, optimize operations, and adapt to change. By leveraging TOGAF's architecture development method and other components, enterprises can address complex initiatives with consistency and efficiency. Key applications and benefits include digital transformation, supports the adoption of emerging technologies such as AI, IoT, or data analytics to drive innovation across industries like healthcare or finance. IT modernization, TOGAF guides organizations through upgrading legacy systems such as migrating to cloud infrastructure. For example, a bank might use TOGAF to transition to cloud based core banking systems. Process optimization streamlines workflows by aligning processes with business objectives, like automating supply chain logistics for a retailer. So, how does TOGAF and EA work in practice? Imagine a logistics company wanting to track shipments in real time using IoT devices. TOGAF's ADM helps them map out their business goals, integrate new tech, and streamline processes. This cuts risks, saves money, and makes them faster to market. The ADM's phases help. Phase A, vision, defines the goal of real time tracking to improve delivery efficiency. Phase B to D, develop business processes, example shipment tracking workflow, data systems, example IoT sensor data, and technology infrastructure, example cloud platform. Phase E to F, plan and prioritize IoT deployment. Phase G to H, govern implementation and adapt to new requirements like adding predictive analytics. The application of TOGAF drives measurable outcomes, making enterprises more agile and competitive. The advantages include consistency and reusability. TOGAF's standard approach, example using the enterprise continuum for reusable assets, ensures consistent deliverables across projects. Reduced risks and costs. Structured planning minimizes errors and redundancies, lowering implementation costs. Faster market adaptation. TOGAF's iterative ADM enables quick responses to market changes like adopting new technologies or meeting regulatory demands. Let's recap. An enterprise is a complex system like a big machine delivering value through people, processes, and tech. Enterprise architecture is the blueprint that keeps it all aligned, and TOGAF gives us a structured way to make it happen with an ADM and other tools. Together, they help organizations scale, save money, and innovate. If you are interested, TOGAF certifications are a great way to dive deeper. If you found this video helpful or learned something valuable, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow the channel for more insightful content. Thank you very much.